must see. Get up on your feet, rise up.
Hi, well, welcome to another segment of the Drexwell Seymour Show. First of all, I want to just thank all of you for your continuous support and reviews on the videos that I produce on a weekly basis. Today, it's my pleasure to have the Turks and Caicos first Olympian on my show, Mr. Delano Williams. Mr. Delano Williams is such a versatile guy. He went to Carifta and held many titles there. He went to the junior championship, and he made it to the Olympics. He didn't represent Turks and Caicos. He represented the United Kingdom, but that's okay. He is one of us. And today we want to have this show. We want to encourage other people that they too can make it to the Olympics, that they too can become world champions. And we want to hear Delano's story because I believe Delano has such a great story from where he came to where he is now. And so with that said, I want to introduce you to Mr. Delano Williams. Delano, thank you for agreeing to come on my show.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Really, really glad to be back here. Really glad to be back home. And as to share my story with you guys.
Awesome. So Delano, you were born and you grew up in the Turks and Caicos. How was it like that? You know, were you always into sports when you were growing up?
Yeah, I actually went to Eliza Simons Primary School. I was always into sports at a tender age, and then I moved on to H.J. Robinson High School. I was there for 3 years actually, and I went there from first to second form. And there was my coach Neil Harrison. He was migrating back to Jamaica, and he offered me said he can get me a scholarship from the government to go back to Jamaica to do track and field. And I was kind of skeptical. It's Jamaica. You hear a lot of bad things about Jamaica, but it wasn't like that when I went there. And I decided not to go in August when he was migrating back to Jamaica. And
you decided not to go?
Decided not to go. That was in 2008. That was like in 2008, probably about August. And then Hurricane Ike hit the country.
That's right.
We had no school. Nothing was going on. And my mother called up the ministry. I said that she would like to send me. And that's how I actually ended up, because of Hurricane Ike. So bad things happen to people, then that's something good to happen to me.
Something good came out of that bad thing.
Something good came out. My mom will never look back from then.
Okay. So you went to Jamaica and you completed high school in Jamaica. And during that time, you continued with the training on track and field.
Yes, I continued training. Did CXC there, did Cape there. I went to Monroe College for 5 years. It was an all-boys institution, which actually helps me to be a man. I went to also with Ifani Otunye, Angelo Garland, just to name a few, Angelo Jeremy, which actually they here in Turks and Caicos now. I'm the probably only guy who went to that school who's still in Jamaica now.
Okay.
I'm still holding out.
Okay.
So moving on to that, went to university, did marketing there, and I trained with Usain Bolt since 2013, 2014. I had the opportunity to actually train with him.
Wow, that is awesome. We're going to come back to that. But let's go back now with the training. What all the training involved when you started high school in Jamaica? How was that training? Because I know in Jamaica, that's like part of their culture. Sports is like part of their culture. They're always, that's why they do, I believe that's why they do so well, because it's something that they do like almost on a daily basis. So tell us about what all involved.
Training in Jamaica is totally different from what I'm used to. And they have the saying called no pain, no gain. That's what Mr. Harrison used to say. No pain, no gain. So, Turks and Caicos is flat. In Jamaica, have a lot of mountains and that type of stuff. So my first time going to Jamaica was October 18, 2008. I actually remember very vividly. And when I saw the mountains and all that type of stuff, I was kind of skeptical of what's going here. And then the training is so hard that when you put your body through you know that you want to have an end result. You keep questioning yourself, why am I doing this? What is the end result? And I think that pushed me and helps me to motivate and have my 3 Ds, which is discipline, determination, dedication. Okay. So those things actually helped me and mold me to be an individual I am today.
Okay. Now your first medal, you won at Carifta.
Yes.
What year was that? And tell us about
that. That was in 2009 in St. Lucia. I got the bronze medal for Turks and Caicos. We traveled with the Jamaican team to St. Lucia. I did the 100 meters. I think I came 5th or 6th in 100 meters. And then I came 3rd in 200 meters. That's my first international medal at Carifta Games. Very elated. I went to Boys and Girls Championship. It's a huge championship in Jamaica. It's the greatest high school track and field sport in the whole entire world. So once you good there and come in the top 8, you're good in the whole world.
So that training in Jamaica really helped. Contributed to you getting that bronze medal.
Definitely. Awesome. First time representing Turks and Caicos. In 2010 at the Carifta Games, I was sick. Yes, I was sick. I think I can't remember what actually happened. I was in Cayman Islands. I didn't run the 200 meters, and then I came back in 2011 and I won in Jamaica. In their face. So that was it. And Ms. Gardner, I have pictures of Ms. Gardner there.
Ms. Rita Gardner?
Yes, I do. Okay. My mentor, and she has been very, very good to me over the past few years, and she understands what it's like to be a professional athlete.
That is awesome. And and then you also went and tell us about the world champion.
In 2012, I went to Carifta Games again. In Bermuda, I won the 200 meters. I defended my title, first athlete to do that. And maybe I think I'm still the first athlete to defend that title. I think just me and Kirani James.
From Grenada.
Right, from Grenada. And also Turks and Caicos, we won our first 4x1 relay medal at the Carifta Games. Cheyenne Parker, Ifeanyi Otunye, Angelo Garland. I ran the second leg. We got a bronze medal, you know what I mean? And the record, which is tremendous. First team to do that. And then I move on to the Olympic trials in Birmingham, India. That was 2012. 2012. I didn't make it. I came 7th in the final. It was pretty much cool. First time actually in the UK. Very, very devastating, you know. It molded me, helped me actually. Yeah. So, you know, and then
you didn't give up.
I didn't give up because I went to the World Juniors in Barcelona, Spain. I won the gold. First athlete from the Turks and Caicos Islands to win a World Junior medal. If you see the magnitude of that, the video of that, it helps me to understand that track and field can get you so many places in the world. And I feel like people need to understand that I'm a world junior champion. I'm not a Caribbean champion or a CSC champion or this region champion. The entire world, I am the best at my age group. Awesome. That speaks volume. Yeah. I think people need to understand that. And when I talk about myself, I thought that was the best thing I ever done. But then I went to the Olympics. I even went more. So when you look at the training and what I came from, there was an end result. I wanted to reach that far. And
then you tried it again.
I tried it again. I actually tried it again.
So this time with 2016?
2016, actually. But before I reached there, 2015, I went to the World Senior Championships. I got a bronze medal.
Where was that?
That was in China, Beijing, China.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at Beijing, China. So I have a World Junior medal and I have a World Senior medal, bronze medal.
Wow.
Yes. Moving on from there in 2016, I got selected to run the 4x4 relay in Great Britain. For Great Britain, we were ranked second in the world. So we were on the chart of getting a medal. And when we came into the championship and ran the heats, we were ranked first to win the gold. I don't think nobody knew. We were ranked first, and the relay that we ran, we had the fastest time going to the final. There's no team that could have beaten us. But the guy stepped on the line, the third leg, Matthew Hudson-Smith. Devastating.
Listen here.
Devastating.
We were so excited. We say, yes. And then we got news hours later that, they reviewed the tape and one of the team members, step up.
We protested. We paid $100 of dollars. Protested the decision by the officiants, and they basically said he stepped on the line. But he's kind of, he's kind of a little jumpy or stuff like that. So He's nervous and stuff like that. He actually made the final that year for the 400 meters. So we were pretty in tip-top shape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So being the first, and even if you watch the video, after the race, I had a great Britain vest on. And I looked in the camera and said, big up Turks and Caicos. You can't get that nowhere in the world.
Oh, no.
That is advertisement for Turks and Caicos Island because I know where I'm come from. I know I'm an island boy. I'm from Grand Turks and Caicos Island, Breezy Bay. Me as a young person, I was at age 21 when I went to Olympics. And when I said big up Turks and Caicos, you can't get them nowhere.
Yeah.
Nowhere in the world.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And I feel like since 2016, everybody, yeah, the golden boy, TCI first Olympian. What does Delano Williams have to show that he's a TCI first Olympian? Nothing, absolutely nothing. And I feel like every administration that comes along, it's the same thing. It's the same lip service. And it stems from the top.
Yeah.
If the people at the top don't respect you, who's going to respect you?
You know, you made a good point. And one thing we could say that sports and music bring people together.
Definitely.
I mean, there's a lot of division in our country. There's a lot of division everywhere. But when you see there's sports, when you see there's music, it just brings us together. And I do believe that we should recognize you. Even if we name a street or something after you, to encourage you, and not only to encourage you, but to encourage
The youth.
other people
Yeah.
who are following you, who wants to follow your same foot, or even go beyond what you have achieved. And I think that is something that we need. We talk a lot about it, but our actions do not say it. So you made a very, very good point.
Every time I come home and I go back to Grand Turk and I walk on my road, and it's be like, why they can't just put up a name of the what it takes to name a road after Delano Williams? Is it that I'm not worthy of it? Is it that they don't see me in the light as they want to?
Oh.
What I have to do when I look at my peers, my fellow peers in the Caribbean, and what they have achieved and what I have achieved, oh my God, tremendous land. Somewhere to name after them. They are sports ambassadors for the country. They are set for life. Wow. And look at me. I'm just here all the time, preaching, saying the same thing over and over. I even annoy myself. And sometimes I sit down and I ask my girlfriend, what it is about me. Dig up, let's go in the photo albums. Look at the things I have done and look at what other countries have done. Why is it that Turks and Caicos cannot recognize me the way they need to? They're gonna wait till I dead?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I don't think it's you. I think it's us. I think we take people for granted. You've contributed a lot to this country. You put us on the map, but I just think we have taken it for granted. Hopefully, after this interview, they'll have a different perspective, and hopefully things will kick in. But
I feel like
you have contributed a lot.
I feel like I should have been the sports ambassador for a long time. You know, even from 2016.
Are you the sports ambassador now?
No. And right now, when I have over 20,000 followers on Instagram, 23,000 followers, and I'm verified. And when I post Turks and Caicos Islands on my Instagram, thousands of people see that.
Yeah.
Thousands of people see that. And I don't know what it is, but my father passed recently.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. And my friends, I know friends for like 6-7 years, girls and boys in Jamaica, and they want to come. Maybe they want to come for my father and support me, but they want to see the island. Me just speaking about it,
right?
Want people to come.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Where I'm from, they'd be like, Turks and Caicos, wow, so beautiful. And there's so much celebrities that comes to Turks and Caicos. You don't even know they're in the country. So it's not a situation where they can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they understand it to do it.
They probably don't understand it, because I know a lot of us, we may not say it, but we appreciate you and we support you.
Definitely appreciate that.
Power to do the things that you think that you should have happened to you, but we do support you, and we appreciate what you do for the Turks and Caicos Islands.
Thank you.
There are a lot of people, because of you, a lot of people hope have been raised because they know that they could also do the same thing.
Definitely. And I went to the Crafter Trials this weekend. A lot of things we need to work on.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking the truth, like it wasn't top notch.
Okay.
The times wasn't super. When I watched the Jamaican trials, when I watched the Trinidadian trials, the Bahamas trials, they are top notch.
Yeah.
And it's just the truth. But guess what? Even the track meets leading up to the curve to trials, it was poor.
Yeah.
You see the surface that the athletes on, and the athletes are training on, or not even training at all.
Yeah.
You can see the fitness level of some of the athletes at the curve to trials. It wasn't top notch.
Yeah, well, I think all of that boils down to practice. Because when you were in Jamaica, you didn't just practice like a month before.
No.
So in Jamaica, like you did all year round, right?
It starts from September straight back to June.
Right. So I think that's part of our problem. I think sometimes we wait until, I don't know, well, the track was not available, but still, this is not the first time I've seen things like this. I think it requires a continuous training. And I think in order to be successful in anything, it requires a lot of work.
Consistency.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And I think that's part of the problem that we have. You know, we have some very great people here, but we need to encourage them. We need to practice more. This needs to be all year round.
All year round.
Yeah.
That's the only way we're going to receive results.
Yeah.
And
you have demonstrated that because you did your training in Jamaica. And because of all your training, even though you're natural,
right,
but because of the training, you're able to be successful.
Definitely. And I really hope that when they go to the Curve Games in Jamaica, they see that it's not a walkover. You know what I mean? Because you're competing with the whole Caribbean. And I feel like the association, they pump so much money into Curve Games, but what happened to before Curve Games? Mm-hmm. What are you doing before Curve Games in order to get the athletes to come back with a medal?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it starts from grassroots to greatness. It starts from the primary school. When you go to the primary school championships is this week, and I'm pretty much excited. I probably really want to come to that because that's where it starts from.
Yeah.
You mold those careers from then, coming up to the high school level.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we are unstoppable because I went to Jamaica and I see how they do it.
Right.
And we have the money, we probably don't have the resources, but we can transfer that money to resources and get out at least the best facilities in the world.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I agree with you. And hopefully after this interview, people will be inspired, government, associations will be inspired to make a difference.
Definitely. I really hope that they do that.
I know also you tried out a game recently. Was it recently? Or 2020?
2020.
For the Olympics, right?
21, yes, I did.
And you made it.
I made the finals.
You made the finals, but you
didn't contest. I didn't contest the finals. I've been ill in a hamstring injury for a while, and I think it got the best of me at the trials. I wasn't in good shape. Actually, I was in good shape, and I made the final. If you made the Olympic Games trials finals, you're the top 8.
That's a big thing.
You know, it's a big thing.
That's a big thing. Even if you don't win a medal, but the fact that you reached the Olympics, that's a big thing.
You're in the Olympic trials finals, and the fact that you made it there, you're the best in the whole Great Britain. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And I made the final. Yeah. So I feel like didn't take part in the finals. It was very devastating for me. Yeah. And for me to get over the injury last year, it takes a lot of work. Yeah. And I stayed in Jamaica and had to get a lot of physiotherapy. Uh-huh. I had to get a lot of mental training as well to actually bring me back up to where I want to be, because it does take a mental toll on you. It actually even had me concerned to hang up my spikes at one point in time. You know what I mean? I was sponsored by Nike. Mm-hmm. I guess Nike stopped sponsoring me in 2019, mm-hmm. but they still give me gears and stuff like that. So when I say stop sponsoring, they stop giving me money because I'm not running as good as I am, but they still give me kit and that type of stuff. Okay. I was sponsored by Flow TCI. Mm-hmm. I think contract ended in 2018. So now that I don't have as much resources and much money to do what I want, but Hope TC Sports Commission came on board and they give me some money a month time, which helps. Yeah, but I think we deserve way more than that. Okay, especially as a you look at me, and I am a professional athlete, elite athlete, and you know what I mean. The money that we're getting, that can't do nothing because we need nutrition. You need a good coach. A massage therapist, mental training. you have to be comfortable to be a professional athlete. You cannot be thinking about, where I'm gonna eat tonight, how I'm gonna pay for a massage therapist, how am I gonna get my nutrition and the right stuff that I need.
So it requires a big investment.
Big investment. You know what I mean? You want the medals. You want me to look good on TV, holding that gold medal around my neck. But what are you doing behind the background?
So sports requires a big investment.
Big investment.
And it will pay off. It will pay off in the end.
Definitely pay off in the end.
So what do you want to do? So you mentioned earlier that you're getting some stipend to help you. What do you want to do?
Me, in terms of after track and field?
Yes, after track and field.
After track and field, there's life. You know what I mean? And I want to give back to Turks and Caicos Islands.
Awesome.
Despite the circumstances, I still feel like I need to give back to the youths. I need to help them and mold them. Okay. So I'd really like to come back and work with the sports commission, and see what role I can play in that. And I'm really hopeful that they have a position for me. Maybe I tell myself when I reach 30, I want to stop. Mm-hmm. So I'm 28 years of age now. So 2 years will take me up to the Olympics, the next Olympics. And let's see how it goes. So I probably have about 2 more years left in me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And
before you return home.
Before I return home.
I'm glad to hear you want to return home.
I want to return. I want to give back. I definitely, I think that is something that I want to do personally for my benefit. And I feel like me being here will help to move people in the right direction.
I think so.
We even have Ifani Otunye and Angelo Garland working with the Sports Commission. And I think the Sports Commission gets it. They get it. And I just want to big them up. They are pushing for the athletes. But it's the NGOs, it's the different sports and associations that things have to come through. And I think that makes it work difficult. So I want to big up the Sports Commission. They're actually doing a great job.
Awesome. So people watching this interview, some young ladies, young men watching the interview, who want to be an Olympian, who wants to get, world champion medals. I know you went through this interview already, but what advice would you give them? I know they have potential. Yeah. There's great potential in Turks and Caicos. Would you advise them to go to Jamaica, get training, or they could do it here? I mean, what advice would you give them? I believe
that they can do it here because now is way better than when I was here, when I was competing here. And I just feel like they just need to be committed. I think commitment is a hard thing being here on the island. So if they can get a scholarship and go to Jamaica or go to any university, because track and field, you can see the world. You get to travel different places, and I think you develop your skills. And so I'm saying, and like you said, track and field, sports bring people together. And people here in the Turks and Caicos as a young athlete, me being here, probably I'll be demotivated as the things that I'm seeing. But I feel like the circumstances around us, if we get out of that environment, you'll be way, way better, especially in Jamaica. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Speaking about Jamaica, let's go back now to your training with Usain Bolt. Tell us about that experience. It was tremendous, actually, before he hung up his spikes. 2013, 2014, I went to the Racers Track Club. I was there for a year, and I usually do a lot of sessions with him. But I was more training with Johan Blake, the second fastest man in the world. And Usain Bolt don't train when it's so hot. Oh yeah. So I would be at the track at 3:30, and he's not coming until 5. So if I want to do a session with him, I have to come at a later session. But I was going to school then, so I was getting the early sessions. But sometimes I do some sessions with Usain Bolt, which was actually pretty good. Yeah. You know what I mean? I had that experience. A lot of people want that experience with the fastest man in the world. I definitely share those pictures with you, but I have. But it was great. Awesome. Great, awesome, really, really, really great. So what are you doing now? I know you're still in Jamaica. Right. What are you doing? Me, I'm just training professionally. Oh, okay. I'm still hanging in there. I train with Mr. Harrison, at Jamaica College. The same? Yeah, I'm back with Mr. Harrison. I was at MVP Track Club for 4 years. I was doing sprinting there, but you know that not everything's work for everybody. So I moved back with Mr. Harrison, so I'm doing more the longer distance now. Okay. And hopefully I can get back into the Great Britain 4x4 pool. And let's take it from there, you know what I mean? My coach still thinks I'm young. He don't want me to stop at 30, but we see how it go. Yeah. We see how it go. I told him that I feel like I'm getting old. And he understands my frustration. Even coming here was very, very frustrating, but I came here for all these harder reasons as well. Okay.
Well, Delano, I just want to thank you for this opportunity to have this interview with you. I hope that after this interview, that other people are encouraged, inspired. I hope after this interview, the relevant authorities, the NGOs, will put more emphasis into sports and we be consistent in training. Because I mean, sports is a big thing. It's a big thing. I mean, it also gives you a sense of pride. And
Oh my God.
when I see the Jamaicans doing so well in training, it's like, it's amazing.
It's so patriotic.
Yes,
Yes.
And so the fact that you made it into Olympics, that was a great feeling for all of us in Turks and Caicos Islands.
Definitely.
And
And I feel like you still have people who can go there.
I think so too.
Definitely. I won't be the first and I won't be the last.
Yeah, I think so too. And so, do you have any closing remarks you want to share?
I just want to motivate the athletes. I really I feel you guys' pain. I feel you guys' frustration. And me at the top, I'm gonna speak up for you guys because I'm one of you guys. I need to let the authorities know that we as athletes, we need the support. We definitely need the support. And if you want to see medals, like they say, medals galore, you have to do the investment. But keep up. Your first Olympian, I'm working for you guys, and hopefully we can get some more medals in the country this year.
Thank you very much again. Well, you've been watching the Draxville Steamer Show, and I want to encourage people out there. And I know, sports, music, a lot of times we take these things for granted. But I'm telling you, sports and music make so much difference in the lives of people. It uplifts you, it encourages you, and really and truly, people make money from sports and music if money is your thing. I'm just saying. As I said at the beginning, it brings the residents together. When you see a lot of people together, they're watching sports or they at a musical event. It just literally brings people together. And so I believe we need to invest more in sports. We need to make it a big thing from elementary school to tertiary. We need to make it a big part of our curriculum. And it must be something that we do all year round. We must make it as part of our culture. I know there are so many other distractions. But if we could focus on sports, and we could invest in sports, and invest in our athletes, I'm telling you, it's a big investment. And it will be a big payoff. So I hope after today, watching this, you are inspired. To all of you out there, I'm telling you, you too can make it to the Olympics. All it requires is a lot of hard work, and it requires a lot of focus and a lot of discipline. You can do it. Thank you again for watching the show.